There's a wholesaler in your market right now who's not smarter than you. He's not a better negotiator. He doesn't understand comps better than you. You've met this guy at a local meetup and thought, man, this dude's normal. He's not some type of genius. But his pipeline's full every single month and yours is an absolute roller coaster. And with that, here's the part that you should actually get mad. It's not a new list. It's not a magical script. It's 2 psychological shifts he's made that you haven't. And until you make them, you're not running a business. You're gambling with extra steps. If you're new here, my name's Tim. I've purchased 19 properties in a year and a half, 100 plus closed deals as a wholesaler since 2023. And I paid 30 grand into a coaching program before I figured any of this out the hard way. So the second shift is the one that separates guys doing 50K months on a roller coaster from the guys who scale their business and actually sleep at night. But we can't get to it until we fix the first one. Skip it and everything else is just rearranging furniture on the sinking ship. Ask yourself something simple. When someone asks what you do, what do you say? Most guys say, I'm a wholesaler and I find discounted properties, I put them under contract. That's accurate. It's also probably why your business stopped growing. Here's what happens when your whole identity is wrapped around being a wholesaler. You obsess over talking to sellers, running comps, negotiating contracts. But that's not the whole business. That's just one department. A real company also has marketing systems, lead management, hiring training, and a follow-up machine that runs whether you're paying attention or not. But when you only see yourself as a deal maker, everything else becomes an afterthought. When do you do marketing? When the pipeline's already empty and you're panicking. When do you hire? When you're already drowning in leads. When do you actually follow up? When someone on your team happens to remember KPIs? Well, we'll track those next month. Next month never comes. And with that, I want to introduce you to a story about someone named Carrie. Before she came to us, she was spending over 10 grand a month on stacked data and direct mail. That's a strategy every guru is selling you. Spend big, mail hard, and drown the market in these stupid postcards. When she ran that for 4 straight months, $40,000 spent, 0 deals closed. Carrie's not stupid. She is actually a killer operator who works hard. But she was operating like a wholesaler chasing the next postcard response, instead of an owner building a machine she could control. The moment she shifted, she started emailing sellers directly, a channel that cost her almost nothing. She stacked appointments in her first stretch and closed a $100,000 flip. Today, she spends $200 a month on email. 10 grand a month and 0 deals to $200 a month and a 6-figure close. She didn't find a magic list. She changed who she was being inside her own company. She stopped being the wholesaler who simply buys leads and became an owner who builds the lead machine herself. A wholesaler asks, now how do I get this contract? An owner asks, how do I build a system that gets contracts without running everything through me? Now, if you've got an acquisitions manager, a lead manager, a couple of virtual assistants, and you're doing 50, 100 grand a month, you might be tuning me out right now thinking, Tim, I already made this shift. And I want to push back on that because revenue does not mean you built a business. Sometimes all you built is a bigger, more expensive job with more people depending on you. And if every big decision still routes through you, do you have leverage or do you have a bottleneck with your name on it? If your pipeline disappears the second you stop marketing personally, do you have predictability? Or a machine that only runs when you're actually pedaling the bike? And that's the setup for the shift that actually changes your bank account. The second shift is moving from motivation to systems. You already know this cycle. The pipeline slows down, revenue drops, and you start to panic. You launch a new marketing campaign, tell the team to make more calls, 2 weeks of urgency, a contract lands, and then you sigh of relief. Then delivery takes over. The title issues, the buyer's backing out, rehab drama, your marketing slows because you're too busy running the deal itself, and then you stop following up. 60 days later, you're broke again, running the same fire drill. Panic, sprint, close, coast, back to panic. Most of you guys have been strapped to that same ride for years. And most operators think that the fix is more discipline, but discipline is not a system. Urgency is not a system. You should not need a financial emergency every time you want your team to execute. That's not leadership, guys. That is a hostage situation. So another story for you. Someone we worked with named Jin cold called bulk generic lists for an entire year, a full year without doing a single deal. And that guy did not have a motivation problem. Nobody grinds a year straight because they're lazy. Jin had a friction problem. The list was wrong, the process was wrong, no amount of discipline outmuscles a broken system. He swapped to a clear process with the right targeting. 3 contracts in 60 days, 4 short sales about to close, and now he's hiring because he's got too much deal flow. The same guy, same work ethic he had the whole entire time, but we just took the friction out of the road in front of him. So look at your own business through that lens. Maybe your team doesn't know which leads to hit first. Maybe your CRM has 15 different stages nobody remembers. Maybe your follow-up process is you telling people to keep touching the lead. That's not a process, that is just a wish. The more thinking someone has to do before starting a task, the less likely that task is gonna get done. Friction is honestly the silent killer of every good intention on your team. Here's the thing I want you to actually remember. That wholesaler who lives rent-free in your head, beating you every single month, he's probably not better at real estate than you. He just built a basic process and followed it longer than you did. It's not a discipline problem. It's not a talent problem. It's that you keep stopping, ripping up the plan, chasing the next shiny thing, and he didn't. He was boring. He was consistent. And boring and consistent beats brilliant and scattered every single time. 2 things you could do today with a piece of paper. 1, write how you describe your role right now. Brutally honest. Then write the role you'd play if this company did 2 or 3 times the revenue. That gap is your actual to-do list. Number 2, list every activity it takes to close a deal. Circle the one your company fails to do consistently. Not the one you dislike, the one that keeps getting skipped. Find the friction, simplify it, assign one owner to it, and track it weekly. That's how you manufacture consistency instead of praying for it. Look, the next level of your business is not going to come from you working harder. You're already exhausted. It comes from becoming a better owner and building a system. That's it. That's exactly what we do inside New Breed Investors. It's not a beginner program. It's built for operators who actually close deals, but know their business is too dependent on them. If you're tired of 1 great month followed by 2 slow ones, click the link below, learn more, and start working with me. And if you're not ready for that yet, then click here, watch the next video where I break down step by step how to implement the best marketing strategy for wholesalers. I'll see you there.